Hello. For this video on Chapter 6, I am going to try to talk about some examples of different kinds of memory. So in Chapter 6, it talks about a number of different types of memory. You've got semantic and episodic. I'm a little crooked now. Then you've got explicit, implicit. You've got declarative and procedural. Right? So, this is a little more mysterious video. You can't always see my face clearly, perhaps. Maybe I just can't see it clearly. But here, let's start with semantic and episodic. So semantic memories are memories for general knowledge. Examples for this would be anything you put into memory and try to recall when you're taking your test. Right? So semantic memory is just general knowledge. Many examples of this. Hopefully, you know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's a semantic memory. That's general knowledge. That's math knowledge. So that would be a semantic memory. Also, your knowledge of the presidents. You know that Abraham Lincoln was a president of the United States of America. That would be a semantic memory, general knowledge. Now that versus episodic memories. Episodic memories are memories for the episodes of your life. It's like a soap opera, the episodes of your life. So those are your personal experiences. Episodic memories are your personal experiences. So you might know, or hopefully remember what you did yesterday. That would be an episodic memory. Oh, I went to... What did I do yesterday? Anyway, I taught cognitive processes yesterday. I didn't teach it because we had a quiz and then we wrote some questions. My memory for us doing that is an episodic memory. You have an episodic memory perhaps for the last date you went on, or the last time you saw your significant other, your mother, your father, whoever it might be. Those would be episodes of your life. So that's semantic versus episodic memory. And then you've got explicit versus implicit memory. Explicit memories are, in this context, explicit memories are anything that you can call up on a conscious level and share explicitly out in the open with other people. Right? Explicit memories. So, in reality, both semantic and episodic memories would be examples of explicit memories. Both of those I can recall on a conscious level and tell you about like I just did. So those would be explicit memories. Right? Then you've got implicit memories. Implicit memories, these are things that I cannot call up consciously. Yet there's some evidence that I have gotten this information into memory. Right? Implicit memories. So many examples of implicit memories. These are not huge, amazing things, but, that would be huge in influencing our behavior, but in minor things. Classical conditioning, a particular response to a stimulus, that might just be an implicit memory, right? Ring the bell, dog salivates. The dog we don't know for sure, but the dog is probably not consciously aware that that bell is making him or her, depending on the dog, salivate. And we use that and once again, in classical conditioning, you can use that example with us human beings like we do in learning earlier this semester. The doorbell rings, your mouth starts to water. That's because the doorbell has been paired with the pizza that you ordered delivered. Right? You're probably not consciously aware that your mouth is salivating when you hear that doorbell for the pizza being delivered. So that can be an implicit memory. Also, emotions can often be implicit, right? Many times we just start feeling these emotions and we're not consciously aware of what has triggered those emotions, right? And that could be classical conditioning stuff too. It would be part of that. But once again, I might not be consciously aware of why I'm feeling the way I am feeling. That would be an implicit memory too. And then we also use priming. Priming would be an example of implicit memory. And remember, with priming, we've got semantic priming, which is based on the meaning of since the meaning of the stimuli are similar to each other, they can prime each other like bread and butter. And then repetition priming, being exposed to the same information repeatedly, you can have an improved performance to it, and yet you're not consciously aware that you previously saw it. Right? So the important thing with implicit memories is that you are not consciously aware of them. It just automatically happens. And then, lastly, we have declarative versus procedural memory. So in declarative and procedural memory, well, declarative memories are those things that I, once again, can call up and declare to others. So these are things that I call up on a conscious level and share as well. Declarative memories. So I can, once again, declare that I know the current president of the United States is Trump. I can call that up and declare it, to share it with others on a conscious level, right? I can also declare that the square root of 16 is 4. That would be an example of a declarative memory. Then you've got procedural memories. And procedural memories are memories for how to do something. Memories for procedures, how to do something. So I know how to smoke a cigar. That's a procedural memory. Do not inhale the smoke. Key procedure in smoking a cigar, right? Get it in your mouth. You don't inhale it into your lungs. No, you don't do that with cigars. So you got that. Also, I just know how to drive a car. Procedural memory, right? Now, the thing with procedural memories is these may or may not be declarative, right? So I might know how to drive a car, procedural memory for driving a car, but I might not be able to declare that, to call it up consciously and tell someone how to do it, right? Those can be two different things. But it is also possible, in this declarative procedural memory thing, it is possible that I might know how to do something, like ride a bicycle, and I might be able to call that up consciously and declare it with others, right? So some of these different types of memories kind of overlap a little bit. So when you take the test on this, just be sure you look at the options for the possible answers on the question. All right? I'm not going to have, this memory can be called up consciously and shared with others. For that question, I would not have you choose between, I would not have both explicit and declarative on there, because both of those would be correct. Unless I had an option D or E, which was be both of those. I guess that's possible. So anyway, hopefully this helps a little bit too. And good luck studying.